Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 104!
Woohoo!
That's right.
A little bit of a unnatural start there. Usually we hit the music before the voice.
I got a bit excited. It's normally I hit the button and I do the intro, so I was way out of sync there. But we're back at it again. Zoom Chronicles return.
That sounds way cooler than it is. You made it sound so much cooler than two guys chatting over a webcam. Yeah,
well, you just made it sound so much lamer than the Zoom Chronicles that it is. So, you know, step it up.
Cool. Last episode, we'll be honest, and as the title suggested, we pooed out an episode.
Yeah.
We took a big old shit
old poo,
on the RSS feed that is our podcast and also the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And was it disrespectful? Absolutely.
The litter box do it that again is today? Your ears was pooed upon. Yeah.
Now, we are going to avoid doing it again today, but we can't promise anything.
We were quite rusty, you know. If you were to picture a faucet that's quite rusty and then instead of water it's full of poo, that was the last episode. But this episode, it's all water, baby. Still a bit rusty.
We're pissing this one out. It's recycled water.
That's right. Now, just to step away briefly from the poo, I would like to say that July 31, my U2's figure comes out.
Okay. That's right. Well,
July 31, everyone, at u2s.com, 5 p.m. Australian Eastern. No, 5 p.m. US Eastern Standard Time.
And Lewis, just quickly, where do we usually record our show?
We record it in a garage.
It annoys me that you wink and do a Stewie Griffin impersonation.
A garage, Peter. Would you like to hear something else that I know is going to annoy you as well? On my figure, you probably can't tell because it's such a small detail, but the figure is actually wearing a Rolex that I want but do not own. And I made that specifically, I made them do that.
When I asked you about that the other day, I said, oh, cool. It's wearing that broken watch that you own that you reference in your comedy special. And you went, yeah. You didn't have the guts to tell me in person that it's a fucking Rolex.
Yeah, it's the one that I would like. But let me tell you, Luke, the reason I'm doing that, it's something that I use all the time. It's a technique that all successful people do, and it's called many fist anus. Sorry, manifestation. Manifestation.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But I mean, I was going to say, you do use many fist anus all the time. Manifestation's a new one you're trying, though. That's good.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a bit confused between the two methods. They're both very important to success.
Okay, great. Well, go get a toy of Lewis if you're into that as an adult. Great. That's good.
It's a collectible.
Oh, it's a toy. So if you want to play with Lewis a little bit.
It's a vinyl collectible. Hey, man, I love to play with myself. Now you can too.
Yeah, you shouldn't be inviting others to get to play with you. It's an odd sell. So, what have we got planned for today's episode? I'll be honest, I have no idea. I haven't checked the notes. I should probably get them up.
Well, I thought about that many fist anus gag a few days ago, and that's about all I've got.
Okay, we're out. Now the urine stream begins.
Yeah. No, I went to the physio again because my neck was all fucked, and he's look. I made the mistake of writing comedian on my occupation. Idiot. Yeah.
Always write professional archer.
Yeah. It's just
Everyone
something generic.
It's a lot more impressive.
Just something that no one could ever want to talk about. Like, archer is too exciting. You really want to go accountant or, like, call center. Something that no man just wants to talk about ever. Because you go comedian, and then immediately the guy not only wants to know everything about comedy, which is fair enough, but they also, for some reason, they try to be funny. It's like, dude, I'm not being funny. I'm here because my neck hurts. You don't have to. Just be a physio.
There's three things they want to know. They want to know if you like Carl Barron, right? They want to know if you think their joke is funny. Mm-hmm. And they also want to know what's it like to bomb. It's the three questions you get every single time. In every Uber, taxi, every person you meet that is not a comedian, they're always impressed and then follow up the three same questions. And Carl Barron can also be interchanged with Jim Jeffries or Dave Hughes, depending on where you are.
Yeah, the holy trinity of Australian stand-up.
Yeah.
Now, because I wrote that down, he plugs my details into the computer, and then he Googled me in front of me. And which is just terrible, but what came up on the screen, he went straight to Google Images. The top of Google Images is me with my shirt off in shorts on that fucking fetish website. And then he goes, oh, what's this? And I went, oh, that's a photo of me. He goes, yeah, but why is that the top one? I said, oh, it's just some website that they post photos of me. He goes, what do you mean? And then he clicks on it. Now he's on a fucking fetish website looking at my rig instead of fixing my spine. It was the most awkward shit. And then I have to explain to him that I'm on a fetish site.
He can check out your posture.
I know, yeah. But anyway, so I went back for my second visit, and because he's trying to be funny and he knew that I was on that tall guy's free sexy website, he goes, all right, take your shirt off, my tall, long man, sexy man. And I was like, oh, that one bombed in the room hard. Yeah, that one.
You should have asked him. So you could have flipped the question back on him. What's it like to bomb?
That one didn't go. You know, I was like that. He said that, and that was the first thing he said, and I was so close. I never usually do this, but that one almost got a. Don't do that, ever again. Don't say that again, please. That almost got that from me. But I would be the type of person
that would say that in a situation. Like, you would awkwardly sit there and go, I'd appreciate if you never spoke to me again.
Yeah.
And you just sit in that moment for a bit, and then the guy will be like, all right, and then keep working on your back. And you'd be okay with that.
Well, it's just a weird thing to say right before I have to get on my front with my shirt off and he rubs his nuts on my elbow trying to fucking get into my spine. It's just like something that shouldn't be said between two strangers, I think. But then he put needles. Update? Well, he put needles in my muscles. Like acupuncture, but a physio does it. So he was telling me that acupuncture has the vibe right, but it's all kooky about putting them in chakras and lines and all that kind of spiritual shit. So they have the vibe right, whereas the physio have taken that idea and applied it to muscles, and they stick a needle in your muscle. He put in about 25 or 30 muscles in my neck, and I was like, there's no way it's going to work. It almost fixed me. It's crazy. Straight away.
Does it hurt?
No, it just feels like getting an injection at the doctor. It doesn't go in that deep. It just goes into the muscle. So it's maybe in an inch and a half in under the skin, and you feel the muscles. An inch
and a half.
No, I don't know. I don't know how big
an inch is.
A centimeter and a half.
No,
a centimeter and a half.
An inch and a half is deep, dude.
They're going to my brain.
Especially with you, that'd be fucking cutting through the other side.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe not an inch and a half. Sorry, I don't get around inch measurement very often, unlike you. So yeah, it was crazy. I don't know. It's
was that like an attempted cock-sized slam?
Yes, that was. No, that was actually me referencing you getting around other dicks.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's crazy though how linked up your spine is. He puts
You're more
all
of an anus man, aren't you?
No, many fist anus. Yeah, it's a technique that successful people use. Read a book. So anyway, I'm getting fisted by the physio. And he was like, this is the key to success. I said, I know this, mate. But it's nuts how, linked up your spine is. So all of these needles are in the top of, where my skull connects to my neck. And then I start feeling it all the way down my lower back. It's so weird. And that's all I have to say about that.
That was such a keel and end to a story. Just getting to the end and going, anyway, so that's the end. Let's move on.
That's the end. I should have, and isn't that interesting? Anyway.
I love when people get to the end of a story, they realize that there's no end or punchline, and they just kind of taper off into anyway, so how are you? Which you probably would have been a better end then, just throwing it back onto me.
Well, who knows, man? Maybe the next physio update will be great because he might have Googled me and is listening to this. In which case, you're doing a great job, man. Just that first interaction was a little bit strange.
I would like to congratulate Lewis on his persistence in bringing back the physio segment after it bombed spectacularly last episode.
I think it went better this time.
I was surprised during the planning of the show today. We're everyone's like, oh, what have you got for the show? And I can't talk because I've bought sweet fuck all as usual. But Lewis goes, oh yeah, I've got another physio update. And there was a little bit of silence where we all went, oh, do we need that again on the show?
Look, Upon review, I should have not done previous physio segment and done only this one. And then this would have been a 7 instead of what was like kind of a 5 to 6.
Because didn't you just yesterday go, boys, I've got a bit of a sore neck?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. And then today you were like, well, that's problem solved. And also...
Well, no, it's not solved. I have to do a lot of stretches. The reason is my posture's too good. That's what he told me.
Well, yeah, that was the one that bombed yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, and if you don't bring anything to the show, this quarantine's just going to be me telling the boys bad stories.
I mean, Meg bought me some fake AirPods the other day, and it's been a really good test run to see if I'm mature enough to handle them, an object.
How much are real AirPods?
I think they're about 200
$230 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
Keelan
definitely-
uses his all the time. Loses his.
Yeah, I just found one
Keelan-
today after a month of not having them.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen to me. I lose everything. I lock myself out of my house quite regularly. I'll lose my wallet at least once a day. My pawpaw, I don't think I've ever finished a whole tube of Lucas pawpaw ointment. That just gets going every time.
Yeah.
So I'm just... Me and small items, particularly if they're expensive, not a good mix. So Meg thought it would be good to buy some cheap versions. This is not an ad, by the way, because they're okay. But they're called Fruity Pods, which is...
Yeah.
But they're just... hang on, where are they?
All of these brands, like, I understand not, like, sure, rip off Apple, but please do a good name. Fruity Pods is just weird.
I don't understand it because they're not even the color of fruit. Mine's black.
I think it's like apple is a fruit, and they're like, we are all the fruits.
Right.
I'd rather
okay,
pineapple pods.
I mean, they're fine. They seem to come in a similar case. I've never had AirPods, but they're, similar. But anyway, I've lost them 3 times in a week. So I think it proves that I cannot be trusted with AirPods. I can't go for the real deal.
I don't know if anyone can be. They're like...
They're too small.
We're not supposed to carry around things that small. Ever.
This is like smaller than... Like, it slips out of my pocket all the time. And there's no grip on the case to keep it in your pocket. I just think it's putting me off buying them. Like, even though they look kind of cool and they seem convenient whilst listening, every other aspect of them is inconvenient.
Well, I think that maybe what you could get is you could be one of those like undercover ticket inspectors on the train where they have that shit attached to their belt loops that has their phone and their wallet and all that.
You think
like
I need a
those
bum
dads.
bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, or I could just become like a lad on the Frankston line and just wear a bum bag that I can put all my things in.
The lads really did solve that. They're like, I keep losing my knife and my small bag of drugs. I need some sort of bag that isn't a purse.
Yeah. Yeah, and they... Weren't you selling them? Or haven't... No, you never sold them?
No, I
Were
want
you going
to
do them as merch?
I was going to do them as merch, yeah. But then Corona.
Yeah. Ah, right. Okay, I've spoiled that. Never mind, guys. I just remember Lewis was talking about
Guys,
selling
the
them
only
one
thing
day.
that I'm selling right now is U2's figure, July 31.
Okay, I feel like I think now people have to go to lukeKidgel.com to check out my special. Because you've just plugged it too many times.
Okay, all right. Well, from now on in this episode, I'll let Ruben plug my U2's figure. Ruben?
Nah, sorry, I wasn't listening. What's going on, guys?
I've been betrayed.
So yeah, that's my update. Cannot be trusted with AirPods,
Yep.
and that's my little piece of content. I also watched Hamilton on Disney Plus.
Yep.
I have nothing funny to say about it. It was just great.
Is it good? All this hype about
Phenomenal.
Whenever I see this much hype about anything, I just assume that I'll hate it.
I mean, do you like musicals?
Yeah.
I like musicals, so I thought it was great. It was one of the best musicals I've seen. And look, when I was in New York, I tried to get a ticket for it, and it was $700 US or something like that to get a ticket for it. So I obviously didn't go because I'm not made of money. But I kind of now wish I had it. It would have been very cool. Still probably not worth $700, but definitely $200, $300.
I don't understand how musicals like that make money, even charging $700 a ticket. Like, they have to...
It's sold out every night.
Yeah, but it's like, would be like 40,
paying
50
the cast.
cast members and then the set and the design.
Probably like 15 cast members.
Yeah.
Plus the side show, I forget what they're called. Meg would be so angry at me
Meg.
right now. The people who like are subs They're like the bench of
the
musical
bench
theatre.
of musicals.
Understudies.
Yeah, they're called swingers.
They're the bench,
Swings.
Ruben.
They're called swings.
Yeah,
I
swingers.
think.
They put their keys in a bowl. You can pull one out. And you can jump on stage.
Yeah, they actually are called swings, though. I think.
Okay.
And then there's a live band. I'm pretty sure. Not sure about for that.
Yeah,
one.
live band as well. Like, how the fuck are they? It makes me think
Like,
that no one in the play is making money. It's just the guy in the suit above him, for sure.
I guess, yeah. I saw Come From Away in Melbourne late last year. That was awesome. And yeah, I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, this is great. How is anyone making money here? Because I paid $70 to be here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because like usually like we have to split the costs with like maybe 3 or 4 people, like a management, venue, and us,
yeah, because like
usually.
it's hard enough for like us to make money performing a show, and we're just one person, you know.
Imagine
I
if
would
you're
say
splitting it
comedy's
30
probably
ways.
comedy's going to be the cheapest live thing to put on because it's just one guy with a mic, and even then, often you do a show and you're like, wow, money's flying out my ass.
Yeah, I know of like I don't know the guy personally, but the guy in my area, Meg's friends with him, I think, is in The Cursed Child.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's one of the lead characters. I think he plays like Harry Potter's son, or I don't know what it's about. I think it's about their kids, isn't it?
About a fetus or something. I think it's like an anti-abortion play.
Yeah, right, with spells.
Yeah, I think
They're like, Expelliarmus!
Yeah.
And then shoots out.
Expel my fetus.
I was going to do a Vada Kedavra, but that would have been fucking brutal. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I don't think they get paid crazy money for it, even though they're performing to 2,000 people a night, essentially. Yeah. But yeah, so I watched Hamilton, boys. That was a good one. Would recommend. Not often do you come into a group chat with the fellas and just recommend a musical on Disney Plus. Fuck, would recommend.
Okay, I'll have to check it out then.
It's about the American Revolution, Alexander Hamilton. And,
I remember like hearing about it.
It's a hip hop musical.
Apparently, it was like also anti-Trump. Like I remember when it first started coming out, there were all of these dickheads that would like go to the play and disrupt it in the audience in the middle of it by going, Trump 2020.
It's not it's not anti-Trump. It's just that there's African American people portraying white people, showing the fact that they're all immigrants because they all came from the UK. Like it's about them like making America into a country from the British rule.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm assuming like these guys were, you know, Alexander Hamilton's played by a white guy, but Burr, I'm assuming he was white. Was it Ed Burr or something like that?
They'd all be white, surely.
Yeah. So it's like they're all played by. Not all of them,
so it's
but
just
some
like
of them
an
are played
underlying theme of like, hey, maybe immigrants aren't evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. And people were
Build the wall. Yeah.
People, I like that people. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It's about George Washington and the boys. You know.
That's what I thought when I was seeing. I don't know. I haven't looked.
But it's funny that like people are like, because it's anti-racist. People are also saying that's against Trump's values.
That is funny. It's like if you think anti-racist means anti-Trump, it's like one. What does
that say about Trump?
Not really. That's like, what does that say about what you think he's saying? Which is ultimately, what do you think?
Yeah. So anyway, it's very good. Would recommend. It's like hip hop musical, so it's not like people going up there and going la di da. It's like there's rap battles and it's very cool.
Okay, cool. Epic rap battles of history, but about America.
Exactly. I'm out.
All right. Well, Keelan, you're
done.
up.
Oh, okay. I have 2 things. Do you want to hear them both now, or one now, one later?
One
mix
now,
them up?
and then Ruben's going to plug my U2's figure once more, and then we'll go back to you.
No, he's not.
Okay,
can you do the best one first?
Yeah. Okay. Which one? I think I'll stick with this one. So, the other day, I was in the
Hang on, just to be clear, this is the best bit of content.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
The other day I was in the warehouse with Lewis, and then I left. I was only there for like
really?
What?
the garage for like 20 minutes.
The garage,
And-
what?
And he recommended to me. He said, "Go out and buy some masks. You'll need them because people are going to start buying them up." And he was right.
Yeah.
And so I went online, and
Once again.
Logan Paul's been selling masks for $11. And I went, I'll grab 2 of them, one for me, one for my mum. And
You bought your mum a Maverick mask.
yeah. and then I was like, I'm expecting it to be a bit expensive because of the exchange rate, and it went up a bit, and then there was a bit of postage on top, and I went, oh, that's fine. And then there was an extra cost on top. The receipt said $77. I was like, no problem. That's fine.
That's like $120 for $10 master ticket. Also, they're not going to get here for like a month.
Just listen, and then the next day I checked my bank statements, $111 on 2 Maverick masks.
Wait, how is it such a rip-off? I like that people complain about our merch. Like, oh, why is the shipping $5? At least it's not $60. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but
Is there some tax?
Well, it was shipping. It was like FedEx shipping, like within the week, and then exchange rate of that as well. So $111.
International shipping express.
Hang on. So even if it's like $16 for each mask, like so $11 US, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so even if it's like maximum $17 a mask, that's still under $40. How did it get to 70?
I don't know. It's.
Well, you're the one who bought it.
But it said $77, and then my
Why
bank.
didn't you just get some from Australia?
Because I wanted the Maverick logo. I saw a guy at Chadstone wearing them the other day. I thought they looked pretty
coronavirus.
Good. They don't look that bad.
Our ones haven't come yet.
Mine should rock up tomorrow.
I'm surprised heaps of people are wearing them. It looks like everyone who is able to get a mask is now wearing them. It's good. I didn't think people would do it.
A lot of people are still doing the makeshift mask, like the scarf or the bandana.
I think that's out of necessity, though. It's really hard. Like, I had to buy my parents' mask. They couldn't work it out.
Really?
Yeah, it was, when they first announced it, it was pretty hard to find out where to buy a mask. And, like, also...
I see Facebook ads for them now.
Yeah, but your parents probably aren't.
True.
And they don't know how to trust them. And also, I wanted to get good ones. I wanted the N95 mask. Because some of them are like... There's N95 masks, and then there's just cloth with elastic band. And those things are very different.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that was actually really good, Keelan.
Yeah.
I mean, not for you. It was funny that you did that.
Oh, yeah. That's what I said in the meeting. I said it's probably going to be pretty funny.
Right. So you acknowledge your mistake. But, I can't wait to the episode where you're sitting there in quarantine in your Maverick mask. I'm not going to allow that on the show.
What?
We're not going to promote Logan Paul's brand. I actually don't mind his vlogs, but we're not going to...
I think what we need to do is we need to figure out something that Keelan has to tape over the top of the logo. So he can wear the mask, but he has to tape over something. Maybe we could rent that space to a listener.
Or you could buy the space. You could help him pay for it. Maybe you could pay like $1 an episode to have your U2's link over Keelan's mouth.
That's a good idea. And you have to wear it for the whole episode. How much
he
is
just
that
has to
gonna
put a
cost me,
post-it
Keelan?
note over it.
Yeah.
Well, we got 10 episodes left of this, so $10 an episode.
$10.
So you want to completely be reimbursed for the mask?
Yeah.
So you're prepared. You're prepared for the next 10 episodes to wear a Maverick Logan Paul mask with a posted sticker over it.
He doesn't even
for the
talk
whole
that
hour.
much.
Yeah, for the whole hour, yeah.
He's hardly ever on camera in the multicam.
Keelan? Deal.
Okay, sick.
The whole episode.
$100 though.
Yeah. Whole episode. 10 episodes in a
That's the
row.
easiest money Keelan's ever made. Keelan loves making fast cash. That is a dream come true.
Hey, you guys might be laughing at me, but I'm going to reap the rewards of that. That is some good advertising space.
Ruben, do you have any facial ad space I could purchase?
I don't think I do, unfortunately.
Oh, damn. Okay, well that's disappointing for me, isn't it? I should have taken up the opportunity when I saw it. I was hoping you wouldn't go for it, and then I was going to haggle him down to like $80 for my comedy special. But I guess now that's not going to happen. Lewis is, I guess it's premium ad space on Keelan's face.
It's worth money, you know what I mean? Like, it reminds me of this woman ages ago. She went viral because she was pregnant and she was charging brands to like write shit on her belly. She posted a photo of it. And now looking back on it, that's probably some like OnlyFans vibe type shit.
Yeah, well, great. Okay, that's good. Keelan, did you want to do your next thing?
Yeah. This one's nowhere near as good, but
Okay.
So yesterday I was doing a video for Keelan's Mealins, a small big back meal challenge, right? And I've gone to my local Southland McDonald's, sat in the drive-thru, and then rocked up to pay. And the girl looks at me, and then I was like, "Yeah, I had my card ready," and she looks in my car and she goes, "I see you've got the right cup there," because I got a leftover cup from that morning. And then I was just like, haha, yeah, and then paid for my meal and felt really embarrassed.
Now,
That's good that now you're getting called on your behaviour by fast food workers. It's completely reversed.
Yes.
and I like to imagine that it's not listeners of the show who are calling you out. Words just got around amongst fast food restaurants that there's this guy that leaves awful Google reviews.
Yeah, there's a photo on every deep fryer. Beware this man. You must give him the correct cup.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'm really massive. Obviously, we don't do that, but we don't do the S word. But massive thank you to the girl who did do that. Really appreciate you calling out Keelan on his, let's be honest, disrespectful behaviour towards yourself and other minimum wage workers. Yeah, so how did it feel? You said you felt embarrassed. That's good.
It did feel embarrassed, but
that's how Jordan probably felt when he cited 31-star reviews on his local Macca's.
But it felt good to know that I was making a difference, you know?
What difference is that?
Of that they're aware and that they're going to give me the right cup. Southland have never given me the wrong cup, so I think it's working. Yeah.
That's good. Great. Yeah.
I've kind of just proved that, nothing. That if you complain, that you'll get what you want. The Karen method.
Yeah, ultimately,
works.
that is... Oh, that's the doorbell.
You're actually answering the door during the podcast. Dude, Jazz is home. We're in a pandemic. She has to be there. This is outrageous. He's just left. Cut to his camera. There's just a chair. This is so unprofessional. So seriously, Ruben, there's no ad space I could buy on your forehead or like hair.
I don't know how you're gonna get a message into my hair.
What about like I make you a necklace or something like that?
Yeah, right. How much?
But you don't. I'm trying to work out who has more screen time. I mean, Keelan generally, because he has a regular segment, I guess.
Yeah.
There's at least a guaranteed 1 minute a week with the Big Brother stuff. But you kind of on and off.
Yeah, I think I.
What do you reckon, guys? It's got a carpet.
Great.
Hey?
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Nice big carpet. Yeah?
I would like people to do a green screen challenge of getting the thumbnail there and putting it.
Whoop!
Very
Just flash
green
my address
carpet.
there. There we go.
Great, we'll have to cut that out.
Before I
Awesome.
leave. I have a question, Luke.
Don't show them the address.
Is this good content?
No, I was just saying that, Jazz, and thank you very much for acknowledging it.
Anyway, guys.
Can you tell Jazz no?
They all said no. It was a unanimous no. Yeah.
Great. And I'm glad she agrees. That's crazy that she came in and said that because we were just all discussing this.
Yeah.
Terrible content.
Anyway, guys, support us on Patreon.
Great.
You know, the general
Lewis?
rule of plugging things, Lewis, is to plug after a really funny moment, so they're really primed to support us.
I'm sorry. What are you? Isn't the best method of promo to flash a carpet and say give me money and then put an ad on your friend's face? Isn't that? I learned that in marketing school.
Ruben, I think you forgot that we were pissing out an episode today. Okay, this actually is an upgrade from Tuesday's poop of an episode. Okay, I guess, Lewis, it's time for a spontaneous Keelan's Big Brother.
What?
That's right. Keelan said he didn't have anything and he wanted to skip it this week, but the deal was a minute of Big Brother. So Keelan, give us your recap. You have 60 seconds
been a big week
now.
on Big Brother. Kieran last night was evicted, unanimous vote, all 3 votes against him, and then he
Hey
was.
Siri, set timer for 40 seconds.
And then he was
Is that
actually.
the TikTok kid?
Yeah, TikTok kid. And then it was a surprise for Kieran that he wasn't being evicted and he was being put in the White Room. And anyone who's a fan of Big Brother would know that 2007 started off with the White Room, where 7 contestants went in and only 2
What's
came
the
out.
White Room? It sounds racist.
It's just
It's a
it's
white
just,
social room.
it's just everything in there's white, and there's a big red button.
Yeah.
And when you're done, you hit it. But if you can stay the longer you stay, the better chance you have of going back into the house. Or I think in this case, if Kieran stays as long as he's allowed, he will get to go to the final 3. I think that's
Yeah, I think
that's
the
what's going to happen.
The room is shaped like the back half of a bus.
Anyway, that's it from me.
Oh, that's it. There we go. And there you have it, guys. That was Keelan's spontaneous, unplanned Big Brother segment. We just
I think
threw that on
was
him.
better than when he plans it.
Yeah, Keelan, we were doing a test there because you're like, oh, I'm not going to do it today, boys. And then we were like, Lewis texted me and goes, nah, just throw it on him anyway. And you did better under pressure, I guess.
I was hoping I could do 3 minutes like in 2 weeks so that I could talk about the finale, but
You can't save up Big Brother points. It's not how this works.
Just trying to accumulate airtime.
yeah.
Well, Lewis, I don't know why you're complaining because we were actually going to discuss the ban of the segment, but if he gets more airtime,
You get
then
more money's worth out of your-
Oh, that's true.
I'm all for Big Brother now.
Yeah, because
That's
more
value
screen
for money.
time.
That's good marketing, Ruben, huh?
Well,
Right.
is
It's
it
bad.
therefore?
Yeah.
Well, Ruben, let's maybe discuss it because I thought Lewis would be on our side here.
Yeah.
We were going to discuss if we were going to ban this segment today. 'Cause-
I think it's time to throw in the towel on the Big Brother
Yeah,
segment.
I'm actually I was against the segment, but after that stellar performance, I've completely changed, and that's the only
And it
reason
hasn't-
why.
And it has nothing to do with the $100 you just spent on Keelan's face mask.
No, I mean as a member of the jury, obviously I'm impartial and bias doesn't affect me at
Seems
all.
like you're being really biased.
No, I'm not being biased. In fact, I was actually thinking that we should give Keelan more, not so much more audio or talking time, but definitely more screen time. I think the fans
Right.
want to see his face. Like maybe
Right.
next episode could be 50-50 you and I, and then the rest of it just Keelan's face.
Okay. Well, what about actually maybe to make this fair, do you have any face ad space that I could rent? Because you're on the podcast heaps.
Yes. Now I have two areas. I have face mask, but then I also have a lot of billboard space on my forehead. There's two
Big
different
forehead.
options. Yeah.
Probably too expensive, out of my budget, because that is
Yeah.
a lot of forehead.
It is quite big. That's going to run you a few $1,000s, which is industry standard for a billboard.
Yeah.
But face masks run you about $110 an episode is the industry standard. So I'm happy to
Okay.
negotiate. I've just spent that money. I'd love to make it back.
Okay, great. Well, I'll let you know if I actually have anything to plug. I
Yeah.
mean, I could just have some new posters, I guess, on my website. But that's about it. It's not really worth the ad space because I don't really care. You can buy them if you want. I don't
Can we
care.
put a poster on Lewis's head, potentially? Just staple it up there.
Well, I
Is that-
thought about staple.
Can I staple it to your mask? A poster?
Well,
What, just-
no, that's going to ruin the mask. You can't put a hole in the mask. That's not how it
I'm
works.
paying for it. I'm trying to get value for money here.
Mate, a mask costs $110. You just heard it from Keelan himself.
No, a Maverick mask costs that much.
Well, why would you want to buy any other mask?
True. Okay. Well, I'll consider it. Maybe I should make some Luke Kidgel face masks.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
then- No, I can't be bothered. I feel like manufacturers would not be doing merch masks right now. There's
No,
more
they
important-
really are. They're like, that's what everyone's trying to do. I got hit up by a brand to like advertise their mask for money, but I don't know how I felt about. Is that something that's ethical?
Why is that bad?
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I keep
You just
thinking.
said,
I
oh,
just
it's
don't
really
feel-
hard. You just said, oh, people don't know where to buy them from, so I had to help my parents.
Yeah.
Giving people an option to be safe, I don't think is unethical.
I guess not. I don't know. I just something about
What's
it feels
unethical
weird.
about that?
Something about like making
Them
money out of
cashing in
public
on-
health policy seems a bit weird. And also, I don't know if they're doing it for safety or just for money. But then also, that can be both.
Oh, if I did Luke Kidgel masks, it would be 100% for profit. I don't even give a fuck if you wear them. I just want you to buy them.
Yeah.
So I get cashed up.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually doing Lewis Spears mask made out of just crepe paper
That seems unsanitary.
for the money.
Okay, great. Well, you let me know if you want to rent some ad space on my face for that.
Okay. All right. Great.
Okay. Good. Do we have anything else to... We did have more stuff.
Didn't Ruben have a thing to talk about?
Yep.
Oh, we have to talk about the posters and a
Oh,
verification update.
Speaking
that's
of
right.
posters, so the posters sold really well, which is strange. Apparently, see more evidence, Ruben, that bad marketing is actually the best type of marketing. You know, putting your brand on some cunt's face seems to work a lot better than putting money into Facebook ads or actual good ad copy. It's much better
That's
to
the
just
thing now.
scream buy paper at your fans.
Dude, this is why you should just run with buy toy for your marketing campaign.
Yeah.
And I would like
Buy
to
plastic.
instead of actually putting the U2's figure in the information, can we just write buy toy on Keelan's mask? Because we know that on this show that is easily the most effective marketing.
Yeah, I'll come up with a few different slogans that we can option, and what I'll do is I'll get Keelan to make a few different post-it notes, and next episode we can trial them on the show.
We can interchange them. We can see which
Yeah.
week gets the most sales.
Yes, yeah, that's
This
works.
annoys me because I'm helping you personally profit out of this.
Mate, I've spent my life savings on this. We want to make it good.
Yeah. Can I have a 1% cut of buy a toy? Because I just thought of that. It was on record.
Oh well, I was actually thinking that because this is obviously a Luke and Lewis thing, this will come out of the Luke and Lewis account because it's a show expense.
No. You just personally made that expense.
Yeah, but because it's going on the show, I was thinking of like leasing
No.
that idea to the show and charging the show. I think that's
Oh,
something
great.
fair.
Well, in that case, the show will get. I'll get 50% of the show will get all the profit
No, that's not. I don't think you understand business.
because that's how an investment works.
No, this is an investment. This is more of me selling a service to Luke and Lewis.
Well, maybe we'll talk about this off air, but no.
Yep. Okay, I've been defeated.
So yeah, a couple of weeks ago, we were obviously selling socks last month. We
Yeah.
sold out of all our shitty socks. Then we realized that we had 96 Luke and Lewis Hit the Road regional tour posters that were
Yeah.
dated from the tour, so essentially useless. And we sold them with origami instructions.
Yeah.
And then with the plan of 48 hours only, we sold them for. Then we're going to burn the rest.
Yeah.
And Lewis, what is the total amount of posters left?
Well, at the end of the time period, we had sold 92 posters. There's only 4
almost
left
sold
to
them all.
burn, which is
Okay.
crazy.
But that's good for us because the
Yeah.
initial plan was to burn whatever posters were left and then sell the ashes for profit.
Yeah. So I think that is still something that we can do. I'm going to burn them today. I'll
Our
put a
show
little
is
video
just-
up on Luke and Lewis.
Our show is just an infomercial at this point.
Well, I mean,
We're
it's
like-
pretty good comparison because they don't sell anything useful either.
Yeah, but we're like a morning show. We
Yeah.
do 20 minutes of content at the start and then the rest is just like, buy shit now, call this number.
Yeah, that's the entire goal of this podcast. I'm going to burn it and then we'll see how much ash we get and then, I don't know, I'll just put it on eBay or something.
Okay, great. So are we going to supply the urn? Obviously, we have to buy an urn or something like that.
Oh, yeah, how
put
much
the
is an
ashes
urn?
in.
I was looking at urns for kittens. It seems to be the size that we want.
Yeah, because it's only 4 posters. How much
Yeah.
ash is that?
It's not much ash. It gets me thinking, like, how much ash is going to be poster and how much is going to be just wood?
Are you allowed to send ash?
I don't see why not.
Because people got annoyed at us in the comments when originally we were going to send a match with every poster.
Yeah,
and
you
then
can't do
people
that.
pointed out that that's illegal because you can't send flammable
No, yeah,
things in the
definitely
mail
not.
because it's... Imagine if
Letterboxes
it got
across
really-
the country would be lit up.
Yeah. So yeah, that was dumb. That was not one of our smarter moments, but also not our dumbest.
Well, what I was thinking, an alternative could be we put all of the posters up on eBay and send them out attached to a bottle of kerosene.
Okay.
So
That's good.
you create your own ash, you know.
Yeah, right.
Some authority figures might refer to that as a bomb, but I would say it's just good product.
Yeah, they don't know marketing.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're too concerned about safety and not profit.
That's what's wrong with
Idiots.
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to burn them today. I'll
Okay.
put a video of that on Luke and Lewis, and then I guess we'll just put the urn of ashes up on eBay or something.
Yep. All right, and we'll chuck in the video now. Cool. What's next?
I think that's about
Lewis,
it.
Just in
Yeah?
that video there, why were you in blackface?
That was blackface. That was just all of the ash, obviously.
Oh, okay. Right.
That was all of the ash, and then and then all the obviously the gold chains I was wearing, and the shoes and the beanie and the gun. That was just for effect.
We also need to do a verification update.
Oh yes, so we've asked you guys to create fake accounts of Keelan's account and also tour manager Zach, which we didn't really explain properly. His account on Instagram is the red bearded lesbian. Not just Zach Wild. So to really do this properly, you need to create an exact replica of Zach's account so he can apply for verification.
I think some people also did that. And also we asked people to create fake Luke and Lewis ones, which I forgot about. And my mate messaged me the other night saying, hey, is this a fake page or did you make it? And it's just an identical looking Luke and Lewis page, right down to the same bio that we have in our bio, and even the same pictures that we upload.
Yeah, see,
right?
that's difficult because I don't think that we can even apply for verification from the podcast.
You can.
No, we can. We have to include some kind of official, prove that we're a business, like an ABN or something.
Okay. Well, then we can do it. All right. Well, then this is working.
Anyway, so I go, it's definitely fake. And then my mate goes, oh, I'll report that shit. And I go, no. We told people to make fake accounts because we're trying to rig a fake, blue tick. And he goes, oh, fuck yeah. And then I think he started making some more accounts. So he immediately flipped. He went from going to report it to going completely on board, going, let's rig this tick.
Perfect.
And he said he respects the game. So even though I thought this was quite a dodgy practice, most people are just all for it.
Yep, great. All right, well, hopefully we can get our blue tick on Luke and Lewis. Keelan, how's your life been going since the fake accounts?
So I've just been responding to messages all day, every day since about Thursday from friends and family asking why are there so many fake accounts.
It's really bad, isn't it?
People thinking I'm being hacked and people not understanding the joke. And it's ruined my life.
You know, because even when
I told you that it sucked.
Yeah.
Even when you explain it, though, calling it a joke is pretty rich, you know?
And
it's like, you explain this to people, and they go, oh, yeah, okay, cool.
And I just go, oh, yeah, people are making them, trying to get me verified. And they go, sure. Did they make them or did you make them? And I was like, I definitely didn't make more than one account. And then...
But it isn't your personality.
Yeah, it isn't my personality.
To do that.
And I also didn't get verified. I got a notification from Instagram just telling me I'm not. I don't meet the qualifications.
So it hasn't even worked. You're just dealing with this. And
all for no reason. Yeah.
I think you must, to request it, unless you're giving it get it manually, because I've got a mate who's a Paralympian and he got verified with 3,000 followers, but that's because he got it from all the Paralympians got it and every Olympian gets verified.
Well, so maybe you should do that, Keelan. Maybe you should chop off a limb or something.
Yeah, and go for a run.
I'll just qualify for the next Olympics. That would be an easier way of doing it, I think.
Probably.
I would say that it would be easier to lose a limb and qualify for the Paralympics than the regular Olympics. Surely. Or maybe you could get a head injury and apply for the Special Olympics.
Yeah. I didn't like that one.
I don't know about that one as well. Lewis.
Yeah.
I think you might have to be a partner with Instagram. I think you might have to have 10,000 followers to be able to swipe up. I think you have to have all the things on your account open to get the tick.
But No, I've seen like journalists and shit with hardly any followers with blue ticks. I don't know. It's so like arbitrary how they give them away. It's like if you're a YouTuber with 1 million fans, you might not get one, but if you're a journalist who's written one thing for BuzzFeed, you probably get 2.
Yeah. I briefly forgot I was the co-host of the show there. Sorry, everyone. I was waiting for someone else to reply, and I was like, oh, no, that wasn't me. All good.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've hit a natural end.
Guys, that's the end of the show, guys. We will talk to you on Tuesday. Next week's going to be better. We were really sprung with this quarantine stuff. We only had a couple of days to prepare, but next week will be a whole week. So those episodes are going to pick up.
Before we end, Keelan had a great idea before the show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next week, I know, I was shocked. That's why I'm going to do it, because I don't think he'll actually bring it to the show in the correct manner. But I'll take it from here. Thank you very much for the idea, Keelan.
Would you also want all of the credit, Luke?
Oh, I don't know why. Sorry, guys, I had a great idea before the show.
Oh, really? Well, you always have good ideas. Yeah, hit me.
Yeah. I thought, what about if we all bring a segment? Right, we all pitch a segment to the show next week.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then we make an opener, and it has to be like a general segment, because I think we're just running low on regular segments. We've got
we need some fresh energy, some new segments for the show.
Yeah, celeb spots, and then we have a couple of other ones like businesses exposed that we do occasionally.
Yeah.
We need one more staple segment that ideally brings in the listener. We love when you guys get involved. We hate your emails, but we love 5% of them.
Mm-hmm.
So another chance for people to contribute. So we all bring in a segment idea next week with an opener, the concept, and we all do the segment. So we do 4 original
run segments of like potentially recurring ideas. Yeah.
And then the audience votes.
That's a really great idea, Luke.
Luke, that's an amazing
idea. I thought
idea.
of that.
You know what? Actually,
I thought of that all by
that's such a
myself.
great idea. That can be your pitch. And why don't we do like Keelan? You do 2, maybe.
Yeah. You might have to pick up the slack there, because Luke's been doing a lot, and you're kind of just doing nothing as usual.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go get a massage because my shoulders are aching.
Yeah, mate. Luke, why don't you just take the rest of the episode off? You've been working hard. I'll close it out, and then look, Keelan, you're really going to have to lift, but we'll talk about that after this. Guys, thanks for listening. We're going to be back next week. The next week's episodes seriously are going to be a bit better. We have really been sprung. Like last week, yes, the last episode was just like, oh, fuck, we have to do this again, work it out. This episode was like, okay, now we just got over all these tech issues. So from next week, the show will be a lot stronger, because we will know what we're doing, and it'll be normal for
Next week, we will fight out an episode. It'll be flatulence.
I would just like to do one, I reckon, is what we should promise the listeners. So can't we just say we'll do a good one?
No, I just think we need to show progression. We started off pooing out an episode. Today was pissing. We'll just do a fart, and then the next one
could be a sneeze.
We'll just cough out a big ep or something like that.
Could we skip to the cough? Is a fart really even better than a piss?
The fart's closer to a shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Usually fart comes before the shit. All right, guys, let's stop.
We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. Thanks for listening. Bye.
I should have had the rest of the episode off.